What's going on, everyone? Kelly Cavallero here, one half of 7 Arrow Media, and it's time again for another episode of the Honky Tonk Highway. It's Thursday, January 11th. It's 3 o'clock where I'm at in Alabama. It's 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 9 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, in the UK, 1 o'clock-ish on the West Coast. I know we got Kat Painter just joined us. She says, I finally get to join. I know it's still early in the afternoon for you. Huge congratulations on your wins past week at the UCWC World Championships in choreography, Kat. Huge shout out to you. I know Rebecca says she's finally not at work. She gets to join. You don't have to sneak around and have your headphones in. Today's topic. Today's topic is going to be a doozy. We're going to be talking about websites, different sites, Copperknob, ELD, LinedancerWeb, anything under the sun y'all want to bring up about different sites you use. Miss Ellis has joined us, who just celebrated a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about a lot. I asked this on Tuesday for the talk about a Tuesday topic, and I got some interesting answers on there, so we're going to talk about those today. But a couple things. First of all, if you don't yet like, follow, share, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Follow us on all sorts of stuff. You never know what we're going to post. Posted yesterday, the walkthrough Wednesday. We're going to talk about that a little bit later as I use that as an example. Bunch of behind the scenes stuff coming up as we get ready to travel again. Got a busy couple weeks. The next 6 weeks actually is pretty strenuous. So get into that. There we go. Wrong screen. As I get ready to travel to Derby City Swing on Tuesday morning. Real quick, let's go ahead and talk about this. If you haven't yet, if you're not going to make it to the CBAs, obviously in Blackpool, make sure you get your viewing pass. They are still on sale. Head over to our website or cba.com. You can get that. Only 28 pounds. You're going to get the workshops. You're going to get open dancing. You're going to obviously get the award show hosted online by Maggie Gallagher and JP Maj. So make sure you tune into that. And figured, why not start the show off with a huge announcement? I know we've said it on one of the posts already that we'd be going here, but got to finalize all the event information with the event director, and it's currently live on our website. We're coming to France. That's right. Middle of May, 17th through the 20th. We're coming to Festi-Line, the Festi show, Gatsby party with Big Dave Babecroft is your DJ. Ton of staff. Mark and Chris, Daniel, D, Rhea, Esmeralda, Grace, Guillaume, as you can see that on there. Definitely looking forward to this. And you can get the passes. They are live on our website. 40 euros, sorry. Been so used to saying pounds lately. It's going to be a blast. It's my first time to Europe. I've only been over to the UK. I've only ever been to England. So this is going to be my first time getting to fly over to Europe. I am so looking forward to this. Huge shout out to Remy for inviting us over to do the broadcasting. Kelly and I are definitely looking forward to it. So, come and join us. Again, great lineup. This is going to be a blast. Joe Thompson's going to be there with us. Roy Verdonk, JP, obviously, Haley, Kate. I'm so looking forward to it. So, Leslie Kidd just said, yeah, I'm going to be there for the first time too. Awesome, Leslie. I think I get to see you in 13 days, I think. 13, 14 days, something like that is when we get to England. We'll be over there for the Crystal Boot. So looking forward to that. So now that we got the housekeeping out of the way and the announcements, which, I need to work on my French, Kelly says. So what we got JP for, right? He's gonna be our translator. Looks like my buddy Timmy Johnson's on here. Just said, hey bro. He's gonna get to see him in a couple weeks. Looking forward to that. So today's topic. What site do you use and why? Now, I will tell you this. I've read pretty much every comment, every response, everything on that y'all all listed on this. And to say I was a little scared is an understatement. Some of the answers are absolutely great. Some of them I question. I do question. A lot of them were basic stuff, and we're going to put them to the test today because, as Julie said, they make a great app for that. Yeah, I'm going to Google Translate will probably be my best friend. Thankfully, we got lots of friends over there that speak both that are going to be able to help us out, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, sites. The basic answer I got a lot was Copperknob, which I get, guys. I really get. I do. But the reasons a lot of people said I don't understand. Because I'm curious if they've actually, if that's just because of what they're used to, or if they've never tried the others. I do want to start off one of my favorites, Carl Harry Winston. Huge shout out to Carl. Posted a great answer on this, and I'm going to read it off. He says, I use them all, and I think every site has its strengths for completely different reasons. He goes, Copperknob is a great site to see new release dances and very user-friendly. Line Dancer is a great site to see what dances are popular because people have to log in and vote for a dance if they like it, and I think it gives a good representation of what is filling the floor. ELD is a great site to promote up-and-coming choreographers / grassroots instructors, but it also has a really good class locator tool, which has expanded my dance classes and given me new members, which I'm sure, which the other two really don't offer that. Some of the answers, though, I don't understand because a lot of them just say it's easier to find a step sheet on Copperknob. And the only reason I can see that being is not everybody posts to the other sites. And I'm hoping a couple of the choreographers in the chat will say this. How difficult is it for choreographers to have to post to 500 different sites? You know, before it was get your dance up, get your step sheet up in Copperknob, everybody will see it. Then it was, well, a lot of people then posted, well, we're not even going to look at your step sheet if you don't have a video attached to it. Then it was the type of video, whether or not it was a demo, a rear-facing demo, which that's a whole different discussion, or a walkthrough attached to it. Then there's people that won't look at it if it's not on the other sites because they don't want to use Copperknob. As Cass says, it's very time-consuming. Yes, I can imagine. And here's the thing. Not all the websites get them up as fast as the other. You know, usually they had maybe one person doing it. It's not their full-time job. This is not what they do all day. And I can only imagine how many scripts they get submitted every day to try to get posted. I'm curious of that. You know, and then we have get posted with errors because Copperknob wants it one way. And they just post it up, and their formatting is not always the same, and stuff gets cut off or redo, and then you have to set it. You get notified that a step sheet's wrong, and you have to update a new one. I know Gary Bray. Huge shout out to Gary because I know what he goes through and what he does, and we talk, and he translates it into how they look on Line Dancer, which, again, they try to have a uniform look. Totally shout out to them for doing that. But he's only one person. And then what happens if a choreographer and doesn't submit their stuff to LinedancerWeb? They're never going to get voted on. And that's why I know Line Dancer. And I guess the missed thing in a lot of these comments was you have to log in. You only have to log in on Line Dancer, guys, to vote. You can look at a dance on LinedancerWeb without logging in. Okay? I'm going to use this example. And the reason I brought up the Walkthrough Wednesday because yesterday we posted on Walkthrough Wednesday, we posted Revolution. And before I get to that, Paul James. Paulie, I really hope you're coming to the Crystal Boots because I'm really looking forward to seeing you if you are. He goes, serious answer. Step sheets do not excite me. Writing them can be an utter bollock. I'm hoping I pronounced that word correctly. Reading them can be just as difficult. Oh, 100% agree. Writing them is just as bad too. So having walkthrough teaches might be one of the ways forward for me. I know plenty of people who do that. Like I value the walkthrough Wednesdays you've been doing. I learn so much quicker by watching. Thank you. I'm glad you get use out of them. Makes me know my work is not going to waste. Kevin says in Australia, sorry, Calvin, I'm reading too fast. In Australia, we have a local site only for Australian choreography, and Aussie dance sheets works for that reason. For international choreography, it's Copperknob and Line Dancer. Okay, I really don't, but for what reason is that, Kelvin? Because now, if someone, and just saying this, so someone in Australia just goes to that site and they see a dance hasn't been written to a song, they're like, oh, fair game. But then they realize when they go to put it up on Copperknob or Line Dancer, there's 47 dances done to it already. Leslie says, I found recently that it's been difficult uploading videos in the right format of a couple sites, particularly Line Dancer. Because here's the thing. You're not uploading videos. And let's get this out of the way really quickly. None of these sites are a video site. None of these sites are a video site. They all use YouTube links. Okay? YouTube links are what they use. So, truthfully, guys, if you're looking for videos, just go to YouTube. Don't bother with Copperknob. Don't bother with Line Dancer, ELD, none of these sites. Just go right to YouTube. Type in what you're looking for. You know, a lot of the answers that said they like it, they like Copperknob because they label what's a demo and what's a teach. Is it really that hard to open up YouTube that you're already on for hours a day, possibly anyway, and type in, I'll use the dance that I use for Walkthrough Revolution. Type in the word Revolution Line Dance Walkthrough, or Revolution Line Dance Demo, or Revolution Line Dance Teach, full teach. Is it that hard to just open up the other site to search what you're actually looking for, if that's all you want? Because if you click on the dance on Copperknob, it's going to automatically get a click and it's going to bust it up. You might not want to look at the step sheet. You might want to just see the video if you like it. That's what Line Dancer has great, because you can look at a step sheet without it affecting how placed up on the charts the dance goes. Aurora says you have to download the step sheet or open it up with a drive or notes on Line Dancer. Copperknob is just right there. No, is that just on a? I'm curious. Is that just on a phone? Because okay, I'm going to use this as an example. Where'd it go? Website. All right, I have Copperknob. I have a couple links up here. I went to the website, so I'm on Line Dancer. I'm not logged in. This is just a random person. Oh, doing it on the phone. I can't say to what's going on the phone because everybody's phones are different. Like Samsung, iPhone does things differently. If you're on the web compared to an app, they're differently. I know both Line Dancer, and Copperknob app. You just can't vote on Line Dancer's app. So if I'm on the website, which is just like, I'm up on the website, and if I type in Revolution and click go, and I scroll down and I find the Revolution I'm looking for, obviously it's Fred Whitehouse, and I click on it, and it view script. It does it just like Copperknob's. The only difference is me doing that doesn't move Revolution up on the charts. That's the only difference. Doing that means Revolution doesn't move any higher up on a viewing chart because all I am is looking at the step sheet. Leslie says, to clarify, I mean sharing YouTube videos. Used to click share and copy the code. Now I have to try and get an embed code. It's if if you're using YouTube frequently, that's actually not that hard. You just got to do it in YouTube Studio. But that's a different show. I deal with YouTube on a daily basis for multiple channels that I manage, so I deal with those a lot. Paul says, and yes, I'll be at the CBA, babes. Of course, nowhere near physically ready or mentally prepared for the Norbrick of Doom. Alexis says, I actually tend to YouTube it and find that the Chinese women who do a demo and teach in English are actually really good at explaining it. Yeah, there's tons of channels that do a great job, an absolutely amazing job at it. Kathy says, I've used them all, but go to Copperknob most because easier to maneuver through. I don't watch votes or views. But what makes it so much easier? Because I just showed on Line Dancer, and it's literally the same thing. To view a step sheet, it's literally the same steps of on Copperknob. That's what I'm curious of. And a lot of them say because it shows what's a demo video and what's not. And my question again is it really that hard to go to YouTube? Because my question is, what's going to happen if any of these times that YouTube, like if these websites can't use YouTube no more? Just out of curiosity, what happens if Copperknob's host says, hey, we're not, the people they use for formatting their website says, we're not going to accept YouTube links anymore. Their videos aren't stored on thing. They're all stored on YouTube. Having a database like that, that's a massive amount of space. Massive amount of space. Sharon says, I've been line dancing for going on 12 years and I've never heard of the other two. Out of laziness, I usually just Google the name of a line dance, and Copperknob is the only one I ever see come up. It's usually the first. I will say that if you go to Google something, if you just go Google a dance, the first things for step sheet wise is probably going to come up is Copperknob because it's the most. Kat just says, I think that is visually more eye-catching, and so it seems easier to use, being Copperknob. And Leslie said on Line Dancer on the phone, and this is so what this comes down to is the fact that y'all can use it on your phone easier, is what I'm getting at. The fact that you can save it. I will say this, what I have noticed, and this has come from me, the app on the phone, and I'm talking specifically on the app here, isn't always as updated as the website. So I will say that. So I have had it caught me where I've looked up a song to see if it's been used on my phone on the Copperknob app, and there won't be nothing there, but I'll go write it, stuff like that, and I'll go to look up a Copperknob. I'll go pull it up on my computer if I'm at home or something, and there's a dance to it that's been out already. So I have seen that. Anthony says, it's habit for me. Copperknob is on the front of my mind and ends up higher on the search results. Okay. Christina says, I use Copperknob mostly because it has a YouTube link to the video for the song, and I have a lazy DJ that gets his songs from YouTube. How do you copy a link on Line Dancer? What do you mean by copy a link, Kathy? Carolyn, you said not just about the phone. The Copperknob website is also easier to grab a step sheet from the than LinedancerWeb. How? I literally just use an example on how to do it. Like if I view the script, boom. It's there. All I have to hit, I search the dance, I grab the choreographer I'm looking for, and it's there. I'm curious on what do you mean by it's easier to grab a step sheet? Because one click. So because you have to click one extra time? Okay. I I really didn't think one extra click would would be that much of a difference, to be honest. I guess that's me. I get. Kathy says on Copperknob, you click on the link after you open the dance. I don't understand it either. Like if I went to Copperknob and I searched Revolution, and I scroll down to find obviously the one I'm looking for, click. Okay, yeah, the step sheet pops up there, and I don't have to click view script. But it, the minute you click on that, that dance is popping up the charts just because you looked at it. You still have to save it. You have to click save. That's another step. You still have to click up here to print it out. I'm confused on that because what's funny to me is, and this is bringing up because I know this got brought up during the CBA voting about different dances. I saw comments on some of it. Y'all like the fact that you can click on something once and get it, but then you hate the fact that a dance goes up because someone can click on something with one click. So that baffles me of why the one click makes such a difference. Patricia says Copperknob format and print large option is what I like. Kathy says, but views don't mean anything. See, you would think that, but one of the comments on my post on Tuesday flat out says, I use Copperknob to see how many views a dance has gotten. So, and I know many instructors who, when they're looking for a dance, will literally pull up the Copperknob 100 and see what dancers are getting looked at. They could be not so good dances. So there we go. Anthony says, consumer behavior is very fickle. That's what it really boils down to. I 100% agree. These websites split the line between product and service. This is what there are entire companies dedicated to trying to figure out. Yeah. Clicks only show the number of clicks, not popularity. Right, but there are people that will go off of how many clicks something gets to determine whether or not they teach a dance. It says it right. There are people that listed that as a reason they use Copperknob. Aurora says, I'm using my phone so I can do the step sheet in hand while I'm dancing. I totally understand that. I will agree that the app especially is a little quicker on that. I don't know how it is for others, but I find that that's the easiest for me. I hardly use my laptop when I'm looking to learn a dance. Roku has YouTube channel, so that's go-to for demos, or it's Copperknob on the phone. For me, it's to download the step sheet script on LineDancer or copies it to my drive. That I can understand on the phone thing. I wish it was just right there like how it is on Copperknob on the phone. Don't disagree on that then. Kevin says, morning, Kelly. Leslie said the votes on Copperknob irritate me. Either vote for a dance or don't. Why do we need to rate it 1 through 5? Unfortunately, yeah, I've never understood the voting system on Copperknob. I don't try to, especially considering it's anonymous. That's, I guess, the big thing. And I know, I'll bring that up. I know a lot of people, when I did a show on this topic on the whole voting thing and why people don't like using LineDancer is they don't like the fact that if they do vote, it's not anonymous. They have to create an account, which I don't understand what the big deal is. Steven, I go to dance events to learn dances. That's a funny concept. Carolyn said, I'm not one of the complainers about the Copperknob chart. I use the I complain about the Copperknob chart. I'll admit it. I use the LD Line Dancer website all the time to vote. I understand that my one-click convenience doesn't make any difference to my opinion on the Copperknob chart. No, I'm just I understand that, and I get that. I wasn't meaning anything by that. But if that's really you weren't, I saw a bunch of comments on that thing that people like how easy it is to click on a dance. I really did. But I've also seen some of those same people complain that a dance moves up to the top 100 that quickly. Paul, that's so weird to me as a concept. I teach dances of others because I love the music they've chosen and how they've interpreted it. That's kind of the whole point. No, oh, I agree with you 100%. That's not, unfortunately, how a lot of it works. Anthony said, people do equate clicks to popularity, and generally companies look at things like click-through rates to determine success. 100% agree. Email, like when you send out emails and you have an email list, click-through rate, one of the biggest stats is click-through rate. Same thing on YouTube. If you look at if you have a YouTube channel, you're looking at YouTube analytics. You look at click-through rates of the video. And Gordo, I know you chimed in on something someone asked today in one of the groups on Facebook about people using sites to get clicks. That's a big thing to boom up the popularity. Adam, morning, Adam, or good evening for you. Sorry, you're right there next to Kevin's, and I know Kevin just woke up. Adam says, hey, just tuned in. But from my perspective, I would say the Copperknob feels easier to navigate and somehow feels more neat than Line Dancer when searching for dances. Although I have to say it could just be a force of habit using Copperknob as the main website for step sheet for so many years. Agree. Kevin just said, yeah, Copperknob is just easier to navigate and use. What about it, though? You said, I wish Line Dancer was more user-friendly. What specifically about it? Because as far as finding step sheets, there's literally a one-click difference. And it's to view the step sheet. One click. So I'm curious of what actually you're meaning. We're talking specifically, not on the voting aspect, just to view the step sheets. Sharon, the app is very glitchy. I'm assuming you're talking about Copperknob on this because I agree. It says, but I agree that not being able to share the step sheets really irritates me more than anything. Yeah, because you cannot share them from the app, to my knowledge. As Aurora says, Line Dancer is definitely cleaner. Agreed on that. There's so many ad things on Copperknob. Can you sort by date or choreographer on Line Dancer? Chris has. I know you can sort date by choreographer. On Line Dancer, date wise, I've actually never tried it. Let me back up and see. Hold, please. I'm just going to pick a random. I just picked a random month of last year to search. And it doesn't look like it because this just looks like a bunch of different random. So as far as the date thing, no, I know you can search by choreographer because I tested that earlier, and I know that can be done. So Anthony said, might sound ridiculous, but I think it's the layout. Yeah, it could be. Paul, who even has all the time to use click sites? You would be surprised. Britt says, does anyone else use the list features on Copperknob? I know some people do. Do people still use Kick It? That's Steven, that's to my knowledge, not really. Yeah, Sharon says, no, you can't share them from the Copperknob app. But yeah, I know. Kevin just says, if we're talking website, I just feel like the layout and color scheme makes everything easier. Small black text on a white screen is hard to read. Hold on. I'm gonna back up here on Copperknobs. And that's easier? Is that really any easier? Because I still have to scroll down just to see the new dances that are populated. Oh, Kevin, I just remembered I have everything on dark mode. Well, that could be it, Kev. That's why I was like, wait a minute, this looks more jumbled than anything. I get it, because you still have to click to go to something, choreographer list, music, but they have all the latest video stuff on both sides. Then you have all the ads. Granted, the search is right on the top, but it's also right here on the top as well. Quick search by dance, choreo, or music. Anthony, it's very eye-grabbing though. Kat says the color red is harsh to the eye as an aggressive color psychologically, and people tend to have a psychological reaction with red, a psychological point of view. Guys, I'm going to throw something else that's not dance related here that uses red as their main color. Coca-Cola, one of the most popular companies in the world. Their colors are red and white. Red and white. It's the same thing. Leslie, I think the Line Dancer site has improved dramatically in recent years. Oh, 100% agreed. Kevin Gatz said it better. But it's true. I get that y'all. So are you really saying just because the color? That's rough. If that's really what y'all are saying. Patricia said you can also search by music, which is useful when wanting to choreograph. You can search by music on Line Dancer as well, but I will say this, and this happens on Copperknob as well. That always doesn't work, because unless you type it in exactly how the song is listed, and people put it on their step sheet exactly how the song is listed, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna come up. Carolyn says, I really wish the LDW site had a select all option for renewing votes. Yeah, you're not the first person who said that. So, for choreographers, which is easy for you to upload to? Both. I've uploaded to both, and neither one of them are difficult. Neither one of them are difficult, in my opinion. In my honest opinion, neither one of them are difficult to do. So, Cat says red is considered a power color. Well, okay. That's why a lot of business wear red ties. I understand it completely. But I don't, I compared to this, I don't see. They use orange and browns and gray and white with yellow, which is their logo color. Oranges with gray with white. Their logo is white and red. Their their font, their choreographers are listed in red, but everything else is in black. It's not like everything's in red. They use the red for the logos to highlight, like if you want to click on a video or something, or notes. But other than that, like ELD is, I hope I click on the right one, is pink, black, and white. I say, yes, my screen is on dark mode if I'm not mistaken, but it's usually white behind this because I'm not logged in. But YouTube is red and white. They're just covered in videos. I guess some of the comments I saw on some of these were a little. It baffled me with some of the reasoning people said why they tend to go to using one over the other. And I guess that was like, it was like one click. Leslie said, I find ELD can be quite hard to navigate. It took me ages to get the hang of it. I've still never really dove into it. I've looked into a little bit on ELD. I know they have a lot of tabs and how they break it up. I know they have all the line dancers, different instructors, new dances, the event calendar for ELD events. So I personally have never dived really into ELD. I do find it funny that since Kick It, there has not been an American site on when it comes to step sheets. It's all been, with the exception, I know there's a German site. I'm sure there's a French site. Even though there's a French site, but yet everybody uploads step sheets in French onto Copperknob and English. So, but the three main ones that I know people talk about are all based in the UK. So, Kevin, Line Dancer just needs a dark mode. Don't think that would help it none. I don't think that's going to change anybody's opinion. Gordo's like, to be fair, I think I like ELD's design the best. It's definitely clean and aesthetically looking. I'll give them that. I've never, again, dove into using it a lot. So, well, it is more, and to be fair, it probably is more modern, Gordo, and because it was created the newest. It's the newest website of the three. You know, Copperknob has been around forever, and Line Dancer. For some reason, I was convinced Copperknob was American. No, Copperknob is based in the UK. It's not an American site. So, let me rephrase that. To my knowledge, it's not an American site. Yeah, trying to. Kevin said, to be honest, I don't even use the Aussie one. It's so outdated. First, I'm hearing there is one. Chris Jocks, he's joined us. He says, I'll check as many of the sites as I can to hopefully feel like I know what the heck anyone is up to. If I'm learning a dance to then teach it myself, I go to Copperknob. That green check mark on the cover of his videos can be a nice time saver. Shout out to LD, though, being able to tab through all the videos, look clean. Yeah, I get it that you can put it up there and you can now go, and I'll use Revolution again as the example here on what he's talking about, because it has demo, and it says what it is. But those are all, none of them, I believe, are updated, sent by Fred. I believe the green check mark means it was sent in by the choreographer, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's that. And that's what I thought. It ends in co.uk. That's I knew that. I don't see anywhere where it'd say it was American. Thank you, Dennis. Bobby said, I'll keep this in mind as I've been working on my own website. 2 to 3 colors is what I'm hearing is recommended for ease. Not necessarily. It depends on, honestly, Bobby, it depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to make it look like. You know, when you're throwing up pictures, it's hard to use 2 to 3 colors. You're going to have more. Your logo, yes, 2 to 3 colors in a logo, fine. But as far as what's to be used on a website, you're going to have all reasons to use different colors. You're going to have a basic color scheme. So, a couple of people have said 29, 30 years in the industry. First time I've heard EVL today was today or earlier in the week. I've heard of it for a couple of years now since it was created. I believe it was either right before COVID or during COVID. It's based in the UK. It's a site a lot of people I do know use. So, and Britt just said Todd has started to bring the fun app, which I find unique and interesting. I go in waves on how much I've used it, though. Yeah, some great ideas. It's overall, I think it's a great idea. The question is what you want to try to get out of it. Leslie said there's also LinedancerWeb run by Dwight Meeson in Holland. I have most of my dances on there too. The question is, I guess, and this brought up the question, why do we have so many? Number one. And what makes it you go to one over the other, which is what my question was. All I can see is aesthetics. From what everything, I really hope the one click isn't the difference. For a lot, I understand. I don't find Line Dancer any harder to use than Copperknob. I'm talking about the website. Phones are different. Everything can work different on the phone. App versions work different than the websites. That's for sure. If you're truly looking for video, stop looking at the websites for video. Just go to YouTube if that's truly what you want to do. If that's truly what you want. if you're looking for video, just head straight to YouTube. You're going to find it a lot easier, a lot better, and a lot more user friendly, to be quite honest. Because again, there could be 40 videos of a dance on YouTube. That doesn't mean all 40 are linked to Copperknob, because unless someone sends in links, they do. Gordo just said it's crazy how much aesthetics will affect perception. Yeah, it's true. Also ranking in the search engines, if a line dancer popped up higher, they'd be more competitive. I'd be curious if that was true. I'd be curious if that was actually true, if people would actually click on it and not just look for the Copperknob link. And Dennis just said YouTube doesn't always have the best video as the most popular, and it may be wrong. That could be true on Copperknob though as well. That could honestly be true of the Copperknob as well. You know, unless the choreographer itself sends it in and asks them to put their video on the top, it's going to go rank order. They're not going to search through every video on YouTube and say what's the best video out there and rank that and put that at the top of the list. That's for sure. To be honest, I don't know if I've sent in my own video for one of my dances. Let's see. I did send it in. But the music video is first, not my demo. Dennis says, so many call the dance by the song name. Searching for that will get you the possibility of wrong choreography. Oh, absolutely. But the problem is, if you come across it, and I'll play devil's advocate on this one. If I'm in a bar as a dancer, I'm going to look for it by the song name. I'm going to look up the song to see what comes out to that song. And then they have to go through and look at too. Rebecca just said, I know there's some people who don't teach per step sheet, but their videos are linked on a lot of Copperknob step sheets. Using Copperknob versus YouTube is not a good way to determine if the video is correct. Yeah, agreed. Steven, I don't like the ads on the site. Ditto. Kat says, however, going to YouTube, there could be many different versions of the same name dance, and you don't have to go through a bunch of different videos to find the one that you're looking for. However, if it's linked to a step sheet, then hopefully you know that the video actually goes with a step sheet in the dance, but that doesn't mean it was done correctly. I have seen it, and I know of many choreographers that have found that and had to ask videos to be taken unlinked because people thought they were doing the dance correct, and they weren't. So you're playing a double-edged sword, because this is what I guess I don't like about it. And this is me. If I'm a choreographer, I don't have a say. Ginger said, be grateful for ads, otherwise you'll be paying to use these sites. Not necessarily. It's all up to the people putting on the website. You know, Line Dancer doesn't have ads, and we're not paying for Line Dancer. It all depends on what you want to do. You know, you had to pay for the app on Copperknob. That wasn't free. It originally was free, but that's a story for a whole different show and different time. So, but like I was saying, the one thing I don't like, and this is me personally, is as a choreographer, I don't have a say of what videos are linked to my dance. I can't. Ginger says it's a lot to ask of someone to host a site and do the work to upload all these dances for nothing. We're not asking them. We're not asking them. We don't ask anybody to post YouTube videos. You know, there are many choreographers out there that put their stuff on their own website first. That's what they do. They have a website. Dennis says the work is yours. Can you tell them to move it if not properly maintained? To my knowledge, no, you cannot. Isn't there a setting where the videos have to be approved by the choreographer? Not to my knowledge, because I can tell you right now, I didn't approve a single one of those videos to be put up by Little Bit. I submitted my video. That was it. Anybody can turn around, and all you gotta do is click Contact Us. It says Subject, New Step Sheet Submission, Step Sheet Change and Update, Website, Other. You can click Other, and it says add this to this step sheet. Or if I'm submitting a step sheet, new step sheet submission, I put the link. It says right here, if you wish to submit a step sheet, then please attach the document and use the add button. If you wish to submit a video, please send a link with the step sheet. In the comments area, use the submit video button at the top of the existing step sheet. So if I go to step sheets, and I'll use our Fearless Revolution that we've been using all show, and I go to Revolution, right there, submit video. All I got to do is click that. You can put your name, thing, boom, URL, what the video type is, demo, music video, walkthrough video, and boom, it's up there. But isn't a live on Facebook of someone doing your dance kind of the same thing? From an event? What do you teaching it? Unfortunately, we can't. You can't police. And I've had this conversation. Events have had this conversation. You can't. You can't police somebody putting up a video of you dancing. You can't. You sign a waiver when you go to an event. That's fine. And that's not what we're talking about here. If someone is doing my dance randomly on Facebook, fine. It's not attached to a website that's promoting how my dance is taught and be done. Natasha says, no, but Copperknob indicates with a green check mark if the video is uploaded by the choreographer of the dance. Right. Agreed and understand that. And we said that. I know that. But why is it that someone can turn around and post a video of them teaching my dance onto my step sheet without my approval? Teach it at a class, fine. Teach it on your channel, fine. Teach it at an event that's getting streamed, fine. Teach it at a random class, fine. But now you're attaching it to my step sheet. I should do that of yours that I taught at Worlds. I get it. People do it, but the question is, why don't we get approval? Because I've known this has happened where a choreographer got an email asking why they're doing the dance wrong in the video. And it's because they learned it from someone that had a video linked to the step sheet and they were doing it incorrectly. And they believed it that the video linked to the step sheet was the correct version because it was linked to the step sheet, but it wasn't the choreographer doing it. Chris, so what you're saying is someone could post videos of the chicken dance all over the step sheets. If he doesn't check them, sure. I would hope by now he would check them to make sure it's an actual video of the dance. But again, how's he going to know every dance video is correct? Gordo, imagine the gall to ask a choreographer why they're dancing their own dance wrong. Gordo, I've been in Cowboys and I've had someone stop me and Trevor and try to tell Trevor to tell me that I'm doing my dance wrong. Which was a funny scene. Remind me next time we're together for me to tell you that story. Carolyn just said that a subjective Copperknob or LD or line dancer created a choreographer must approve process to adding any videos. That most of her top choreographers would never have time to approve them. Many of them will tell you that they never look at the charts. I'm okay. I see it. I see your point there. I do. But they have time to share step sheets. They have time to share that they've made the top whatever. You know, if all it takes is an email, okay? All it takes is, hey, approval. Click here to approve this to go up. Boom. People have it with their credit cards all the time. You know, I get it. The choreographers are busy. Most of them have day jobs. I get it. But if this is truly what they're wanting to do, if this is truly what they're wanting to be, and this is what they want their step sheets up, maybe it's a little fairer. Maybe it's a little more thing. At least make sure it's getting done correctly. You know, nothing against all the people doing videos. Love it. Love the fact to see them out there. I get it. It shares everyone's love of dance and growing the sport and growing dance, period. But it doesn't grow it if it's being done incorrectly. It doesn't do any good if 2,000 people learn your dance wrong. Ginger says, can you ask for the videos that are wrong to be removed at least? I think you can. I don't know the process of that, but you can't. Unfortunately, it's still, you can have it unlinked from the step sheet, but unfortunately, if it's on a popular YouTube channel, if someone goes to that YouTube channel, you can't force someone to take a YouTube video down. You can request it, but if it's them, unfortunately, if it's them teaching it, you can't take it down. You can't force them to take it down because it's them in the video, not you. Carolyn says, I recall for a time that Peter and Allison requested that only Line Dance Dallas attach videos to their step sheets. Okay. So you're approving one YouTube person. What happens if their YouTube goes down? Again. Because I believe she's on 6 now. I think the first 3 or 4 have been blocked. To my knowledge. I'm just curious of that. That's just my curiosity because, and I know for a fact that someone else besides the choreographer can submit the step sheets. I know for a fact from an issue that got taken down a couple years back, where there was a dance that was written by a friend of mine, and someone else said that they wrote the dance and Copperknob took both step sheets down, but a dance team put up that they were submitting the dance for it and the step sheets back online. submitted by a dance team. So that would be my question. I think it's a fair one to ask. You know, I have a YouTube channel. There are certain choreographers I don't put up because they have their own channels. They do their own stuff. They've asked I don't put up videos. You know, we record a lot of events where we do walkthrough videos, we do live streams, stuff like that. And those instructors are okay because when we sell the videos, but I don't post those videos on the YouTube. So that would be my curiosity is why can someone submit something for me? So that was a quick hour, guys. We've been going. This has been good. Thank you for all the comments and the conversations, color choices. Adam says, gotta go, but it was an interesting topic. See you in a couple weeks and stay safe until then. Will do, bro. I actually get on a plane tomorrow morning. Got a little 48-hour jaunt down to Florida. More about that coming up. Y'all get to see the results of that in a couple weeks. Come home. My birthday's on Monday. Turning 44. I'm getting old. The gray gives that away. Head off Tuesday. Going to Derby City Swing, Louisville, Kentucky. Brian Barakauskas. Huge swing event up there. Get to see my DL peeps. Then I'm home for, I think, 36 hours before headed to Blackpool. Really looking forward to that. For those who have already signed up, I will be sending out emails in the upcoming week with information on how to view the stream. If you haven't yet, feel free. You can still sign up. 28 pounds. We'll be broadcasting. I know Big Dave released the instructor list. Not what they're teaching, but who will be teaching at the boot. You got a great lineup. I know Roy and Fiona's on it. Willie Brown, Rebecca Lee, Debbie and Lorraine, Gary and Maggie, tons of people. I don't remember the whole list by heart. So, yeah. Then I'm not even home from the boots for long. I'm only home for about a week, and then I'm off to Florida for 2 weeks. Got a big dance team competition doing floor 4, and then of course Sunshine at the Line. I'm so looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast. It is definitely going to be a blast, guys. I'm dancing as of right now 3 different divisions, so you'll get to see that. You'll get to see me dancing. I'll be doing the live stream. I know we'll have that announced up here soon. All sorts of stuff. The WDM show with Country Vibe. Oh yeah, Rebecca, and then Disney World. Yeah, don't have time to go down to Disney World. I wish Epcot would be nice, but not sure that's going to happen. So thank you guys for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the topic on different websites and different what the people use. Hopefully, if you have any more comments, concerns, feel free to message me. Pop them on the talk about a Tuesday topics. Feel free to message me for sure. Won't be doing a show for the next 2 weeks. I won't be here. Next week, obviously, I'm in Louisville at a swing event. Following week, obviously, I'm in England with my lovely wife. Guys, but make sure follow us. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, 7 Era Media. We're going to be showing a ton of behind the scenes stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of different things, maybe some surprises coming your way on that. So definitely follow us over there. And I'll let you know in the next coming week or so when the next show will be. But until next time, guys, see ya.